Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing my Sephora VIB sale recommendations. So I've seen a lot of these going around, and I'm basically just going to talk you through some things that I know are available through Sephora that if you're looking to pick stuff up, this is what I recommend. This would also be like my Sephora favorites, but just a disclaimer that you do not need to purchase anything from the sale. And you especially don't need to pick up anything that I'm recommending you. This is just more so a video to show like my Sephora favorites, where if I didn't have these in my collection, I would pick these up during the Sephora sale. But just because there's a sale doesn't mean you need to shop. And more importantly, almost all of these products can be found at a better sale through the actual brand's website. And I was going to do it more so like some products that I know don't go on sale too often, but I also know that Sephora is, for a lot of countries, the only place to like buy makeup. Like a lot of these brands only ship to the US or to Canada or just a small number of countries. So I know Sephora is more accessible, so I thought I would share my favorites. I have quite a bit to get through, so I'm not going to talk too much. I think I have like 10 to 15 products, which is a lot, but going to try and go through fast in them. And then I will also try and mention if I know that the brand has a lot of sales, but a lot of these have good Black Friday or holiday sales. So yeah, let's just get into it. And also let me know if you want to see like a Sephora VIB sale haul. To be honest, a lot of the products that I was going to buy during the VIB sale, I actually bought recently through the brand's like holiday sales. So I will include those in the haul because I think it's kind of the same thing and I can share the great things that I got. But anyways, let's just get on into it. We don't have the Halloween background because the lighting is so much better right here. But I'm going to start with the big pricey ticket that I'm recommending, and those are my Natasha Denona palettes. Now, these are pricey and you don't need all three of them. That being said, I love having all three of them, and I know a lot of people who are more like collectors or they like having a big makeup collection. It is nice to have a variety of palettes, and I will say Natasha Denona makes some of my favorite formula. I honestly don't know. I need to branch out with what brands I'm buying eyeshadow palettes from, but Natasha Denona makes some of my favorite color stories. I just think they're so pretty to look at. I'm interested in also like Melt Cosmetics. I know they're available at Sephora, and then of course like Pat McGrath, which I may or may not have purchased a palette. But anyways, I think Natasha Denona is nice because it's really luxury, but it's still pretty accessible because a lot of her palettes are in the $65 one. But I know Natasha Denona does have a Black Friday sale, so I don't think you should get these during the VIB sale if you do have access to the Natasha Denona website. I don't know what the sale is, and I might pick some up, but the first one I'm going to recommend is probably my favorite palette out of all of these, and it's the Natasha Denona Tropic. Now this one I do recommend picking up during the Sephora VIB sale because this is her big palette. It is a lot bigger than these, and it is on sale for $64 or $65, so it's half off, and it's not going to be available for much longer. This was a like limited edition palette, and it is leaving soon, so I'm guessing like pretty soon it's not going to be available through Sephora anymore. So I would highly recommend picking this up. I'm wearing it today. I don't love my eye look, but I'm using these pinky shades and then the mint green. If you don't know like what kind of look to do, a lot of her palettes are set up where you can do a look through the columns or like through the diagonals. Those are three shades that go well together, but you don't need to follow those at all. But this one has it definitely a lot more mattes versus like the bronze and the glam, which I will show you in a second, have minimal mattes and a lot of shimmers. So if you like mattes and if you like one and done eyeshadow looks where you can just take a matte and put it on and be done, I would recommend this palette. It doesn't have a lot of depth, so a lot of these are like lighter mattes and you can't make really smoky lies, but I mean it's meant to be like a summery palette, so I think it's really fun. I love these pinky mattes. Obviously these make like a perfect everyday brown look. I love this yellow for like the inner corner, just a fun inner corner shade. This shimmer isn't like a super impactful shimmer, but it is like a shimmery shade, and it's like a reddish pink with like a greeny blue shimmery reflect. And then this whole row is full of fun summery colors. I use this mint one quite a bit. I usually take it and just tap it all over, but today I did it a little bit more pigmented, and then these are super fun to play with. So I would highly recommend this palette if you like one and done shades and you like a lot of mattes and you don't typically like to have a lot of depth. So this is a good palette for me when I'm just doing a quick look, so I would highly recommend that. And then the other two, I would say pick one up depending on your eyeshadow taste. So the first is the Glam. It is a beautiful cool toned or neutral cool eyeshadow palette, but as you can see there's only 6 mattes and a ton of shimmers, so you get more options to play around with your shimmers. And I find with the Glam and the bronze, my matte shades stay the same pretty much every day, and the way I change up my look is through the shimmers. So I really enjoy this palette, and I did post swatches of this on my Instagram. My favorite 3 shimmers are of course these pinky ones at the top. This one is surprisingly really fun. I swatched it and I was like, okay, I actually want to wear that, and it's typically not a shade I would wear. So I do love this palette, and it looks like it's kind of way too gray, but like if you take these out, a lot of it is just cool or neutral. So again, I do have pictures of like all of these on my Instagram, but I do specifically have swatches of this, and it runs a lot more neutral than you would think, and that's why I really like it. But you can also make some really glam looks, and you can get a lot of depth out of this palette. And then the third palette, which I would recommend if you like more warm tone looks, and it's literally perfect for fall, so this is the one I would recommend if you wanted one for this season. It's the Bronze palette. I've been using this a lot lately, and it's just the most perfect fall palette. I'm not going to get too far into it, but I've been loving this shade right here, Palladium. You need to try it on your eyes. It is so beautiful. Again, the mattes, they're kind of all the same. I feel like these 3 are slightly different, but to be honest, my mattes don't really change it up. I just change up the shimmer. I've used almost all of these, but I need to use this red shade right here, and I need to play around more with this purpley shade. But I think this is a beautiful palette, and if you are looking to get a palette during the Sephora VIB sale, I would recommend picking up a Natasha Denona one, but just pick one with the color story that you like. I don't recommend getting a ton of palettes all at once because I don't think you're gonna get full enjoyment out of those palettes if you have a ton of new ones that you have to rotate through. Also, I'm sorry, the guy is always leaf blowing when I'm filming my videos, but highly recommend these. And it's already been so long with me filming, and I'm just getting through number 1. So let's move it through, and I have a lot of cheek products to recommend, but I'm gonna start with my Rare Beauty products. I have like a video of me trying these, what I filmed so long ago, and I meant to do a review, but I just got so busy right after I filmed that I never got to edit it, and then I've never filmed this because I feel like people don't care. But first, I would recommend the most is the highlighter. I'm wearing this under a powder today, and this is just such a nice highlighter. It can be really subtle, but you can also build it up to be more metallic, and it's just really pretty on the cheeks, and I find it blends out so easily. I have the shade Mesmerize, and it doesn't leave like a white cast or change my look to be super pinky, but I do really enjoy that highlighter, and I love the packaging. It's so luxe. And then I love this base combo, the foundation and the concealer. I have the shade 170W in both. The foundation isn't dewy, but I actually like that because I find it doesn't dry out my skin, but it still, I don't know, it makes it look matte, which I really like under a mask, and I find it just blends so seamlessly with a doe foot applicator. I really like how quick it is to just swipe it on your face. It's a really liquidy foundation, which I find makes it blend so easily. I swear the people outside are gonna make me scream, but I really like this foundation. My current favorite right now, which I also recommend, but Bite does have sales on their website quite a lot, is the Bite Beauty foundation. This is my favorite of all time as of right now. I'm wearing it today, and I think it gives a really similar effect to the Rare Beauty one, but the Rare Beauty one can be built up a little bit more, and this one is a little bit more like a tinted moisturizer, but I do recommend that. But this one, I think you could work with dry skin, oily skin. Like, I just think it's a really good foundation if you don't want something that's super dewy, but you still don't want to look like you're super dried out or whatever. I know some people don't enjoy this, but I personally really like that in my collection, probably in my top 3. And then the concealer is just a really good basic concealer that doesn't dry out my under eyes. The only thing I don't like about it is that it is lighter than the foundation, and I typically like to go my skin tone, but I really have been loving these base products. This highlighter is fantastic. What was that accent? And then I also would recommend the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle. I have the shade Fearless, and this is the perfect fall shade, and this formula is so unique. It's like a powder cream lipstick. It's so beautiful. You can apply a little bit and sheer it out with your finger, and it just looks like, I don't know, it reminds me of K-Beauty lip products, and I think it's so beautiful. And the shades look really bold on the website, but I think you can find some shades that work for you for every day. Fearless is like my perfect everyday shade, and I'm looking at picking up, I think it's called Transform, for my like red lipstick shade, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick it up. But this formula is really comfortable, but it still stays well, and I like it because it doesn't move or get on your mask. So those are my Rare Beauty recommendations, and they don't have sales that I know of on their website, so I would say the Sephora sale would be a good time to get 25% off. Not 25, 20, 15, or 10, and these already start off being pretty affordable, so I really recommend those. Next is, of course, Tower 28. So I would recommend their cream blushes. I haven't tried this one in Happy Hour, but the shade Magic Hour, I think if you're just looking for a great cream blush that you can wear every day, this one is a beautiful one. It's just a really nice rosy neutral tone, and I think it blends easily, and it's just a fuss-free cream blush. If you do like creams, I would recommend that. But mainly what I would recommend are the lip glosses. You guys already know that I love these, and specifically the Milky lip glosses are so beautiful. They're more like skin toned color or like neutral colors versus the summer collection that are more bright colors. But I love the formula on these. They are so slippery on the lips, but they don't bleed outside the lip line, and I just think they are the most comfortable lip product that I have in my collection, and I would repurchase these 5 times over, and I love them so much. They do have like a sale on their website for like your first time purchase, and I think they sometimes have sales, but generally I think the Sephora VIB sale would be the best time to pick these up, and they already start off being pretty affordable. I think the lip glosses are $14 and the cheek products are $20, so that's a good deal. I also have 2 Hourglass products. I feel like I'm talking about so many different things, but like I have so many Sephora favorites. But this Hourglass palette, I've been using it so much, and I think this is my perfect face palette ever. I use every single one of these shades, and I love them all. This highlighter is gorgeous. Bronzer looks seamless on the skin, and it's so beautiful. Under eye powder, if you guys saw my video reviewing this quad, you will see the magic that happened when I applied this under eye powder. It's beautiful. And then this blush is a perfect like wintry blush to me. It's like a nice pinky blush. So this is an expensive quad, and Hourglass did just have a sale, and I think they'll probably have like a Black Friday sale too. But if you don't have like access to Hourglass, or it's expensive to get shipped to you, I know sometimes Sephora is the only place to get it, and I would highly recommend their holiday collection this year, especially the quad, and especially if you are near skin tone near me. I think this quad is perfection. Oh, I just blinded myself. But like this, I could use this for my entire cheek look and I'd be happy. So I love that quad. And then also, I wasn't originally going to put this in here, but the more I thought about it, I would really recommend this. It's the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I'm about halfway through mine, and I think maybe in a year or at the next Sephora sale in like half a year, I will pick up a new one of these. But this powder is so gorgeous. This is what I use to set my cheeks and my forehead, because I do wear a lot of cream products, but I don't like my face to be unset, and like, I don't know, I just don't like it because of masks and because like I touch my face or like I'll lay on it, and I just don't want to feel like I'll get stuff off, and I like just feeling like everything is set. And this powder is the least powdery powder ever. It doesn't take away the glow too much, like it doesn't make you look flat, but it still will set your face so you don't look like a shiny ball. And I don't know, like when I still have super dewy foundation though, it doesn't take away that dew at all. It's not like a matte powder. The AC went on, I'm sorry, but I just think this is a beautiful powder, and I don't apply this on my under eyes every day. I have my bite powder, which I also love, but I'll apply this on my cheeks and all over my face just to set it, just so things don't move around. And it doesn't take away the beautifulness of cream products, but it still sets it down. And if you have dry skin, I think you'll love this powder, and I know it is pricey, so get this on sale. I do love it. Okay, I just have doubles from every brand, but next is Fenty, and I actually picked up these two products in this Sephora sale earlier this year, so I thought they would be good to recommend. I know Fenty just had a friends and family sale where it was over 30% off, I believe, but I do highly recommend these products. This cream bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit is what I have. I love this so much. As you can see, I have a pretty good dent in it, and I would repurchase this. I want to repurchase this eventually in the shade Macchiato. I might put this in a project pan because I do want to get that other shade, but I don't want to have both at once. But this is a beautiful cream bronzer because it is more sheer, not in the fact that it has no pigment to it, but when you put it on, it doesn't look like a super full coverage bronzer, if that makes sense. You can still see your skin through it, and it gives it this nice sheen on the skin that is just so gorgeous. And I really love this, and the packaging is super fun. I also love the cream blush. I have the shade Petal Poppin', which is exquisite. This is the most perfect pink blush shade. I love this. You know, this is like one of my favorite shades of all time. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing Nude Sticks Regularly Queen, but I love this pink blush shade, and I think the size is so cute. I like the price of it because personally I don't want to spend a lot of money on like makeup if I don't have to, especially a cream blush that will expire. So I do like this. It is small, like it's tiny, but I do love these two creams a lot, and I think this shade range is amazing, and you can find a shade of each that you really enjoy. And oh my gosh, I just dropped it. I would highly recommend these. I wouldn't recommend one or the other because they are two different products, but I think in my collection the cream bronzer stands out more because I don't have as many cream bronzers, and this is in my top two for my creams, so I do highly recommend those. And the only reason why Fenty isn't my number one is because of the Milk Makeup bronzer. Now this shade range is atrocious, so I would recommend the Fenty one over this, but I know the Milk one has a mini size that is a lot cheaper. I don't have the mini size because I bought this before it was available, but this cream bronzer is probably my favorite of all time. It was my first, and literally I'm not even close to finishing up. This whole stick is full of product, so you get a really good value for money, and I would recommend the mini because you get so much in the mini. But this is a matte cream bronzer, so it is a little bit more pigmented, so it's faster to apply. It stays on your face all day because it is matte, and it's so easy to blend. I just really like this cream bronzer. This one is more on the matte side, but not a matte like a powdery matte, just a matte cream. And this is more on the glowy side and sheer side. So I recommend both of them, but I do really enjoy the Milk one. One that I do recommend, not because I think you need this product, but because if you are interested in it, I think the Sephora sale is a good time to get it, and that is the Marc Jacobs at Lash Mascara. Now, you don't need to spend a lot of money on mascara, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, for the past 5 years probably of my life, I've purchased expensive mascara. I don't know what it is, but my lashes just don't like any of the drugstore ones I've tried, and I think the good drugstore mascaras are not cruelty free. So I don't know, I buy high-end mascaras. My old favorite is the Lancome Monsieur Big, but it's not cruelty free. And I tried this Marc Jacobs at Lash one in one of the Sephora sales pretty recently, and I fell in love with it. This stuff is so good. It makes your lashes so voluminous but without looking clumpy. It holds my eyelashes curled. It doesn't flake or smudge on me, and I just think this is a wonderful mascara. And I'm probably going to be purchasing another one at the Sephora sale this year, either this or trying out an Hourglass one, but this is going to be my collection for a long time. I don't know what to say. I know it's a lot of money, but I don't purchase many in a year, and I can justify it because to me a good mascara is worth it because it changes my whole look. So this is pricey. It's almost $30. I think it's like 20 something. But if you were looking for an expensive mascara, or you do buy expensive mascaras, pick it up during the Sephora sale so you can get a good sale. Okay, last, I have bronzer and blush that I'm recommending. First is the Patrick Ta Duos. I love these so much. She's That Girl is the most perfect pink shade, but for fall, I would highly recommend She's So LA. I've been wearing this a lot with my Natasha Denona bronze, and this is just so beautiful. The cream is similar to like the Fenty cream bronzer in the fact that it's a little bit more sheer and a little bit more dewy. Not dewy, but it lets your skin shine through, and it does have a little bit of a glow to it, and I think it's really beautiful. Powder is pigmented, but not too pigmented, and it blends out so easily. And I know these are around $30, but with the Sephora sale and the fact that you get 2 products, I think it is a good deal. I want to try more from Patrick Ta. I like his brow wax too, and I would recommend that, but it's just not in my top favorites. But these powder blushes and cream blushes, I love both of these. I love them so much, but I know I've talked about them recently. So moving on, I have 2 powder bronzers that I thought I would throw in here. The first is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. Now, Charlotte Tilbury is having a sale right now that's 25% off on some of her products, but not all. So I think the Sephora sale isn't a bad time to get these, but I know she does have sales on her website, so maybe wait till Black Friday. But this is the shade Medium, and you get 16 grams of product, which is a lot of product, which this product is $55. And I know it's expensive, but it is one of my favorite powder bronzers. I think it blends in so seamlessly with the skin, and I think you get so much product that it's almost worth it, and the packaging is beautiful. It's just, I don't know, if you want to spend money on a bronzer and you've had your eye on this, I do really enjoy it. It's a really finely milled powder, so it does take a little bit to build up, and it does blend in seamlessly to the skin, which I do like because I always top this with a cream, so it's not overbearingly bronzed because it just adds a little bit of that pigment back. But I do really love this. And then another one that I think gives a similar effect but with more of a glowy aspect to it is the Kosas bronzer. I have the shade Light. I love this bronzer so much. I think it does the same thing where it doesn't add too much bronze, but it makes you look healthily warm and sun-kissed. It adds a little bit of glow to the skin. It's not shimmery on the skin, it just makes you look healthy and luminous, and I do really love this bronzer. So now that I've talked your guys' ear off, those are all my Sephora recommendations. Again, don't buy anything that you don't need, and also look out for sales from the brand's website. If a lot of these brands you have access to their actual website, I would honestly say wait for their sale. Or another good idea is to go on Reddit on r/anyway on the cheap and just look up in the search bar the name of the brand that you're interested in, and you will see posts from the past or like posts from last year to see what kind of sales the brand has. I did that for like Pat McGrath to see like how often do her palettes go on sale and like what's the biggest sale she's had, and I think it's a good way to gauge if you should get things during the Sephora sale. So those are all my recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys are going to be picking up from the sale, and I think I will film a Sephora sale haul. I'm not gonna have like a ton of products, but I am gonna have some pricey products in there because I don't know what happened, but it just happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.